Good day, gamers. Fortain here, and welcome to episode 28 of Minecraft StoneBlock. Hello, everyone. Oh, I am doing well, and I hope you're doing well as well. Today is going to be a bit of a side project episode. We're still grinding for a bunch of materials to continue on with the refined and reborn storage stuff. But today I wanted to make some new, to me, materials to be able to upgrade some of the machines and some of the equipment, making a couple new pieces of equipment just to play around with them. And then I think we're going to go take a trip into the Aurora mining dimension for a little bit to see what kind of ores and such we can get. I've been grinding some materials off camera, just been making some more of the basic processors, converting a lot of the glowstone that I had into redstone. I have the brine setup going, but unfortunately that's using a very large amount of power right now. So part of what I'm going to do today is also make probably another couple generators to be able to plug into the whole system, just to be getting more power. I figure for the next few episodes, I'm going to make at least 1 or 2 new generators per episode just to continue building up my power supply. Because if I'm going to be using a fantastic amount of iron, for example, to be making the reborn storage stuff, I want to be getting the iron as best as I can. And right now, the ore quadruplication is going to be the most efficient way of getting it. But I need the power to make the salts to then run all the machines to do that. So we're going to make a couple generators. We're going to make some new stuff. We can just kind of have some fun. The first thing that I would like to do is if we take a look over in Thermal Foundation, one of the materials that I have not made yet is Inderium. We spoke about this last time. Molten Inderium takes platinum, lead, and resonant ender, aka ender pearls. I didn't have a really good way of getting platinum before. I had been working on a platinum chicken, just didn't have it up to triple 10 yet. So I currently have my triple 10 chicken. It's been laying quite a nice amount of platinum, which has been very helpful. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to take some lead and some ender pearls that I've gotten from just running the mob grinder downstairs, and we can go ahead and start making some Inderium. I'm not going to make a whole bunch of it right now, but I will make some as we go. Let's take a look here. There it is. So 36 platinum, 108 lead. So it's more lead than platinum, and then 250 resonant ender, which is 1 ender pearl each. Okay. So I'm thinking, what, a 3-to-1 roughly? Let's see. 9, 1, 2, 3. And we'll grab some ender pearls here. We'll see how much that makes. I know I'm probably going to be a little bit off with the ratios, and that's okay to begin with. We'll kind of just play around with the mix as we go. There we are. So the platinum is gonna take a while, apparently, to smelt in here. That's okay. Didn't know that before, but that's all right. Let's see. While we're waiting for that to smelt, there is something in Mechanism that I've been wanting to make for a while and play around with, just to see what it looks like. That is the logistical sorter. This thing right here. A filter-based advanced sorting machine that can auto-eject specified items out of and into adjacent inventories and logistical transporters. So it's basically a filter for telling what you want to go one way and then what you want to go another way. I'd like to make one because I want to try and play around with kind of automating a a method of taking all of the wood that I have and then just grinding it down into sawdust in the mechanism sawmill to then turn that into charcoal. Now I can do that and have been doing that for a while, just kind of manually, but I'd like to try and see if I can use this to set it up to where it just cycles all the wood through and then kicks all the charcoal out, or excuse me, all the sawdust out into another specific storage. So let's see. It's going to take some iron, a green circuit control board, and then a piston which is cobblestone, iron, redstone, and a plank of wood. That's easy enough to make. Oh, we have a piston left over from the presser, so we'll just use that for right now. We'll take a basic control circuit. I can always remake that piston later on, so that's not a big deal. And we'll take a little bit of iron. We have ourselves the logistical sorter. Set it down, take a look at it. It's a single item instead of a whole stack. Cycles between all connected inventories. Ejects automatically. Okay. So what upgrades do you have? Just muffling. Oh, okay. No speed. No. Well, it doesn't take power, so that's fine. But no speed, which I'm surprised at. Okay. Gotcha. So let's check on our Indirium. Platinum. And good, we've gotten some Indirium. We need more Ender, because we don't have any more in there. Let's just grab a stack of Ender Pearls. That way we've got them. And we can kind of, like I said, play around with the mixture as we go to try and get it at least as close as we can to not just using everything, or not having like a ton of, like a couple millibuckets of this liquid and a couple millibuckets of that liquid. Okay, 2 ingots, 2 nuggets. All right, good. So it looks like for 9 lead and then 3 platinum, it takes what? Roughly about 12 ender pearls, give or take, to make a block and 3 ingots of Indirium. Nice. Okay. Which one do I do? Let's go ahead and pour out the Indirium. We'll put another 9 lead and 3 platinum in there. And then I was thinking it was roughly 12. Oop. All right, let's let all that smelt and we'll play around with the logistical sorter for a minute. Let's grab a couple of these and let's grab just a chest here. I'll just make 2 more chests just to have them on me. So we can play around with this. And we'll also grab, let's see, let's grab just a stack of wood for right now. Just a stack of logs. Because I would like to learn how this works. Down here on the generator floor, things have been going pretty well. Been keeping all these generators going as much as I can. The culinary generator has been eating a bunch of meaty stew. The furnace generator has been eating blocks of coal coke. Same with the integrated dynamics generator. I've been putting some eyes of ender into the ender generator, making sure the magmatic generator and the heat generator have lava when I can. I've actually just been using I put a quantum tank on top and then just have been using this ultimate fluid tank essentially as a bucket to pick up 112 buckets worth of lava from downstairs and just shove it into there. The biogenerator is working very well, still tons of biofuel, and still got some liquid fertilizer in that. All right. Downstairs. yeah, like I said, we have the thermal evaporation chamber all set up to be making brine, to gaseous brine, to being solidified into salt. We have our sawing factory. Let's take a look. Let's place this here and see what we can do. I'm curious. All right. New filter. Item stack. Let's take the sawdust. Okay, we gotta actually change the colors. Material. Oh, let's see. Get rid of that. That's fine. I'm gonna have to look around how to play with this. That's okay. Not a big deal. I will play around with that a little bit more a little later. Let's head back upstairs for the moment. And we'll take a look at Endurium. Yes. Cool. Okay. So it looks like for every 9 blocks or 9 ingots of lead and 3 ingots of platinum, it needs 12 ender pearls. Cool. Alrighty, we're keeping the Endurium on the bottom because I want to go ahead and pour out some Endurium. There we go. We have our first bits of Endurium. Very nice. There's a few things that I want to do with this Endurium. Put away that. The first thing I would like to do, just because, is I want to upgrade my satchel here from Signalium to Resonant, which is going to take the Endurium. So it's going to take 3 Signalium ingots and then 2 Endurium ingots. I have plenty of Signalium already made up, and we can convert that into ingots. Grab ourselves boop, some Endurium ingots, and we now, oh, let's make sure this thing is empty. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it's already empty. And then we turn that into a Resonant Satchel. The Resonant Satchel has 5 slots, or 5 rows, I should say. Still not as big as the Diamond Backpack, but you know, it's neat. It can't be made any larger. That's okay. But it'll be nice to just have like another source of storage that I can bring around with me for if I'm heading out and about to the Aurora Mining Dimension, which I probably will be doing later this episode. Pour out a bit more Endurium. Let's see. Let's also go ahead and make a little bit more. But now that I know the recipe for this, I can just make a bunch of it off camera. Boop, boop, boop. I can make a bunch of it off camera and just have it ready ahead of time. So it takes 9 lead, 3 platinum, and 12 enders to be an even amount. Very good to know. Very, very good. Okay. So the next thing that I would like to make is going to be a magmatic dynamo. Like I said, I wanted to make at least one new generator. So we head over to thermal. We're going to be making the magmatic dynamo. Generates generates energy and requires hot fluids. Now, you can run a few different things through here. You can run lava, you can run blazing pyrotheum, you can run IC2 hot coolant, and you can run Pahoihoi lava from Industrial Craft 2. Mostly I'm going to be running lava through it. But later on, if I start to mass produce the blazing pyrotheum powder, then I'll start running blazing pyrotheum through it. But for now, let's just go ahead and make the magmatic dynamo. It's going to take a redstone transmission coil, Invar gear, Invar ingots, some iron ingots, and some redstone. So easy enough to make. Go ahead and grab that. We need some Invar. Crack open a couple blocks. We're going to need some iron. We're going to need some redstone. Boop. And let's see. We need an Invar gear. Got it. And we need a redstone transmission coil, which is redstone and silver. I should have... there we go. I should have plenty of silver here. We have multiple types of silver. There we go. Redstone transmission coil and magmatic dynamo. Perfect. Just take a look at it for a second. Using extremely hot fluids, generation rate varies according to energy demand. Okay. Now, theoretically, we can upgrade this as it's the basic one with the upgrades that we've been doing previously to other machines. If we take a look at, there we go, like the hardened upgrade kit, the reinforced signalium, and then resonant upgrade kits. So the hardened upgrade kit is bronze, which I don't think I made any more bronze. No, I haven't made any more bronze. Let's see. Molten bronze is going to take 3-to-1 copper to tin. Okay, so something I can easily make. Got that back. We'll put away this, and that. I would like my iron back, so it goes over in the correct chest for right now, from what I'm using it for. Okay. Now that we've got the correct mix here, we can go ahead and use the mechanical pipe to pipe this out a little faster. There we go. Let's go ahead and pipe all that out, just so it's doing it automatically. There we go. So if we want to make the upgrade kit, we're going to need the bronze. We don't have the bronze yet. But it did give the ability to make it in mechanism. What does that look like? So just tin powder for 3 copper ingots. Okay, we should be able to do that. Let's see. How much tin do we have? Plenty. So let's do 10 tin, and that's going to be 30 copper. So hopefully this will be a little bit of a faster way to do it versus smelting it in the smeltery. But let's see if it works. Okay, let's actually grab a little bit more lava. Let's get the lava generators going. Boop. Fluid tank of lava, and sploosh. A little bit more power going, please and thank you. So yeah, we should be able to crush the tin into tin powder in the crushing machine. There we go. Perfect. And then using this, that's going to be, yeah, in the infuser. This is 100 tin. Boop, boop, boop. Perfect. Nice fast bronze. That's a lot faster. That worked very well. Okay. We'll grab some more lava while we're down here. Some more lava into the system. Bloop. Figure every time I go up and down, I might as well go ahead and grab 112 buckets. Okay, so this is draining all of the Enderium out. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Heading back to thermal kits. Hardened kit, Invar, bronze, and redstone. Grab some Invar. Grab some redstone, and let's pop open a couple blocks of redstone. Okay, put down the magmatic dynamo, bloop, like that. We make the bronze gear. We make the hardened upgrade kit, and slap it on there. There we go. We now have the hardened one, which gives us an augmentation slot. The next is the reinforced upgrade kit. Ah, yes, that takes the fused quartz, the hardened glass, which I think we made some. We made just enough last time, but not a lot, because we were like, okay, we're making just what we're using. That's right. That's what we made the pyrotheum dust for last time. It is for any block glass hardened. So yeah, all of those are specifically taking the pyrotheum dust. Let's see. Oh, the dark blocks light. Okay, gotcha. Is there no other hardened glass that have to be made? Okay, so in the induction smelter, I can do obsidian dust or obsidian powder and then lead. I have not made the induction smelter yet. I can, though. And that might be faster for making a bunch of hardened glass versus just smashing a bunch of materials together each time. Yeah, because I don't want to have to keep making the pyrotheum dust each time for doing that. Yeah, let's make that real quick. So the induction smelter, copper gear, Invar gear, sand, and a redstone reception coil. Okay. Let's see. We need a piece of gold. We need some copper. Got it. Let's go through the process here. That's going to be thermal induction smelter. Perfect. So 2 copper gears. Got them. We need the redstone reception coil. Got it. We need an Invar gear. Got it. We need a machine frame, which is iron, glass, and a tin gear. I have tons of glass. Oops. Grab some more iron, and I need some tin. Nope, that's silver. Where's my tin? There you are. Do I have tin on me? I do not. Pop open a couple. There we go. So, Invar gear. Oh, I made an extra Invar gear. That's fine. I'll use it for something. Machine frame. And then we need 2 pieces of sand, which I don't have any sand on me, but I can just easily make some. We'll grab 2 pieces of stone and grind it down to sand. Yeah, I think making this induction smelter to make the hardened glass is just going to be a lot faster than trying to make pyrotheum all the time, especially when at the moment I really don't have a fast way of making the pyrotheum. All right, so crush the stone into cobblestone, cobblestone into gravel, gravel to dirt, and dirt into sand. Perfect. Okay. So we've got the induction smelter. Very nice. We're gonna plug it in right here for the moment. All right, that's getting a nice amount of power. And then we need to make the hardened glass. Hardened glass is simply obsidian dust and a piece of lead. Okay. Well, we have, let's do 4 lead. Thank you. And then we have upstairs the obsidian powder. If not, we can make more obsidian powder with the obsidian we have. Head on over. Let's see. It's going to be in mechanism. I don't have any already made up, but that's okay. We'll take this much obsidian, and if we put it into the enrichment chamber, I believe we turn that into powdered obsidian. We'll take a look. Yes, the enrichment chamber. Ooh, come on, down we go. Thank you. There we go. All right. Plenty of obsidian dust. And then, so 4 lead, 4, 8, 12, 16. To go. Eligible flux. Oh, okay. There we go. All right. So that's going to smelt that into the hardened glass. Give it a moment. Perfect. Yeah. Now we have 2 hardened glass. Nice. So we'll be able to make this ahead of time for the next few processes. Just have like a stack of this already set aside to go. But we were making the kit. The reinforced upgrade kit. So that's electrum with a silver gear. And back upstairs. We need to grab some electrum, which I should, yes, I would say. Electrum and a silver gear. Let's make a silver gear. Got it. And we now have the reinforced upgrade kit. Boop. There we go. And that gives us 2 augmentation slots. Now you can only have 1 specialization, but it now allows me for a specialization and an augment. I don't want to worry about making the cryotheum. Yeah, cool. So let's go ahead and take this. We will need one of the fluid pipes. Gonna make another fluid pipe. And we'll take this downstairs. And I believe we can set it there. And then if we put the fluid pipe there, stone control is disabled. It's not. Okay, that's right. I need to actually set it to like the side. Oops. Not like this. Nope. Not like that. Is it like this? There we go. All right, so yeah, this should now be generating power. It's using the lava. It's generating our 80 RF a tick. Cool. Okay, very good. So now we have 3 machines that are using lava to generate electricity, or RF anyway. Very nice. And then later on I can make the augmentations in here to speed this up and make it work even better. Nice. But for now, I have another power generator, which is very helpful. My furnace generator has run out of fuel, so let's go ahead and put some more in there. I've got... There we go. Let's grab some coal coke. Put it in here. Again, later on, I plan on basically having all of the coal generators, for lack of a better term, all sitting next to each other with just one storage above them, and then just piping all of the coal coke or mystical agriculture coal blocks into them to just generate all the power, you know, one input to the multiple outputs. There we go. So we got another generator to make some power. Very nice. And that's appreciated. Okay. We got that done. We got that done. Got that done. Okay. I would like to make a new to me little tool to play around with. And then, like I said, I want to head over to the Aurora mining dimension and see what kind of interesting materials we can get. So here in thermal expansion, there is a drill called a flux bore. Mine's blocks using redstone flux. There's multiple levels of it that you can make: the basic, hardened, reinforced, signalium, and resonance. And then each one gets larger and larger mining area. So 1x2, 3x3, 3x3x3, which will be very interesting, and then 5x5. Now, I do have, you know, my basic fortune paxel. I've got the atomic deconstructor from Mechanism, and I can use all of those to mine with. But I also want to have something where, like, there's just a big swath of stone in front of me, and I'm just going to mine that. And then when I get to an ore that I want to silk touch, I'll have my silk touch paxel with me. The atomic deconstructor does have a vein mine mode, which works pretty okay. The problem is the path that the vein mine mode takes is very windy. I've tested it out a couple times off camera. I haven't kept any of the results of the tests, but it'll mine like a large amount of blocks, but like in a straight line. So like let's say I'm mining this block here, it'll mine this direction down, this direction down, maybe curve around a little bit depending on what other materials are in the way. So it's very kind of scattershot in the direction that it mines. And because it makes so many like curly cues and stuff of the direction that it's mining in, it makes it to where I want to make sure that if I am trying to mine in a specific direction, I'm not losing any material because it is mined downwards so far that I can't get to those blocks with my ring of magnetization before they despawn. It's just like some weird funky spirals. I'll probably show it off once just so you know what I'm talking about, but it's not great in terms of like, just I want to dig out a massive amount of this material straight ahead of me. No, it like corkscrews downwards. But I would like to try and make this flux bore just to give me another tool to like mine a whole bunch of material. So the flux bore is going to take a drill head, a tool casing, an iron gear. So those are pretty easy to make. The drill head is iron and copper, so we can go ahead and make that. Got the drill head. We're going to need the tool casing, which is gold, redstone, and iron. We'll grab a little bit more gold. Pop open a couple blocks. There we go. We need the tool casing. Got it. And then we need an iron gear. Yeah, I got iron. Boop, 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 boop. Iron gear, perfect. So that makes us a flux bore. Let's go ahead and put away the lead, platinum, and ender pearls for the moment. I'll make some more enderium, like I said, off camera. The next level to it is the hardened, which is going to be Invar with an Invar gear. So thankfully enough, I have one already made up accidentally earlier. And some copper ingots. So now we have a hardened flux bore. The next step from there is the reinforced, which takes an electrum gear and some diamonds, which, as we saw, I have plenty of electrum. And I have a fair amount of diamonds, not a lot. I do need to continue that machine running to make more diamonds. Let's make the electrum gear. And we've got our flux bore reinforced. Next step is the signalium. So it's going to take signalium ingots, signalium gears, and some petroleum dust. Petroleum dust is basalt's powder, obsidian dust, and redstone. The basalt's powder is basically taking the basalt's rods, and we can either pop them open ourselves. We can open them in the pulverizer. Let's see. Have I made the pulverizer yet? I don't believe I have. No, I have not. That's fine. I do have, while it is less efficient to do it this way, I do have some basalt's rods. Pretty sure I have some basalt's rods downstairs. Down in my mob grinder. And I'll just pop them open by hand right now just to make the materials real quick. Later on, I'll make the actual crusher to get more out of each rod that I get. Let's see. There we are. I'll just do that. Got some basalt's rods. Back upstairs we go. All the way up. Okay. So again, we're making the signalium. We need 3 petroleums. And let's do... Did I not grab them? I left them... I separated out the ones that I wanted to grab and then accidentally left them in the box. Herp-a-derp. Back downstairs we go, I guess. Yeah, I just put him right there. All right. Try that again. Head all the way up. And all the way up. There we go. So I got the basal's rods, makes basal's powder. The basal's, or the petroleum dust, 1, 2, 3, 4, perfect. And now we need, oh, I need to grab some signalium. There's some signalium. The signalium gear. And now we have the signalium flux bore. Very nice. The last one is the resonant one. So this is going to take inderium ingots, and some aluminum, which is a new to me material that I have not made yet. Let's go ahead and empty the inventory a bit. There we go. And obsidian dust can go... I will put it over with the mechanism stuff, considering it's made with mechanism. So we need to look at lumium. Molten lumium takes silver, tin, and energized glowstone. So 3 to 108, and then 250, which is 1 piece. So it looks like it's actually going to be pretty much the same ratio as the inderium. So 9, 3, and then energized glowstone. Each piece is 250. So yeah, are we going to be... It looks like we're probably going to use the same ratio then in that case. So we're going to need 9 tin, 3 silver, 12 glowstone. And then 12 glowstone. Let's see. Let's see if we got our ratios correct. Break that off for a second. We'll swap that for that. Grab the rest of the inderium. As I'm sure you can probably guess, the reason that I take off the pipe whenever I'm mixing stuff for the first time is because I don't want it to be accidentally trying to automatically pipe out stuff before it's finished crafting in here. 9, 3, and 12. Give it a moment to finish crafting this. Or finish smelting it, I should say. Perfect. All right. I was correct. So yeah, it's going to be 9, 3, and 12. So 9 tin, 3 silver, and 12 glowstone to make 1 lumium. Now that I've made lumium, I could just have a bunch of this ready to go off camera, make like, I don't know, a few blocks worth of it at one time. And that way it's all set to go whenever I want to make anything out of it. It's already done. There we are. Okay, we've got our lumium ingots. And we are making the flux bore. There we go. So we just need an inderium gear. Got it. And we now have the resonant flux bore, the highest level flux bore we can make. We can't make the creative one, obviously. Okay, so if we press V, it changes the pattern. 3x3, 3x3x3, 5x5, and a single block. Very nice. Interesting. That'll be fun to play with. Let's go ahead. We'll put away our inderium and our lumium for right now. We'll drop off our petroleum dust. I've just been kind of dumping stuff in the dumpage chest, hence its name. Let us grab our atomic disassembler. We don't need the configurator right now. And let's grab our basic silky paxel. And And last but not least, the mining multi-tool. Let's also grab our resonant satchel and a bucket in case we needed to grab any liquid. And let's head over to the Aurora mining dimension and play around with our new tools. Boop. To go through the portal, you have to sneak in it. That's fine. Boop. Here we go. All right. We are in the Aurora mining dimension. So let's test out a few things. Let us find an opening that we can go into. I don't think these are ice mountains, just saying. But if we take a look over here, it looks like there's a pathway that we can use to kind of go into the earth. There's also this meteor crash over here, but I don't really want to go into there because there's a lot of lava, and I'm not worried about like getting the lava out of here. I honestly should bring the the fluid pump with me sometime, like when I go to the Nether, just to see if I can pump out a lot of the the lava. Okay, so here we have our basic materials. I got the Paxel here. So obviously I can, using the vein mine key, I can just do that and get, you know, all of these materials, which is very helpful. The atomic disassembler, let's see. Yeah, we'll just set that to normal at the moment. We have copper ore. Just kind of looking at the different ores that we can get as we go down. We've got tin ore. Very nice. We've got lots and lots of coal, which will be helpful, extra helpful with power generation. We've got sticky ore. What does sticky ore become? Oh, become slime balls. Okay. Sure, I guess. Why not? We've got a nice amount of gravel. Ooh, look at that. A very nice chunk of coal here. Thank you for all of that. Very much appreciated. Seeing a lot of like the little bee symbols means that there's usually a couple beehives around. Very nice. Sticky ore get. just all of that gravel just boosh gone. We'll go ahead and compress some of the gravel that I'm picking up right now just to give myself some extra inventory space. We can even double compress it. Mainly because I don't want to get a bunch of flint from it using my my fortune paxel. I'd rather keep it as gravel to get that material, sieve it for stuff. That's coming in quite handy. All right. Go ahead and compress that. Compress that. Thank you. Okay. Well, finding a lot of coal ore at the moment, which is very helpful. That just leads back around. And nom nom on some meaty stew. Let's head back to the surface. And I want to play around with my new flux bore. There we go. Let's see what it looks like. So single block. You know, I didn't I didn't charge it up at all. I just realized that I needed to put some power in it. Hurt the derp. Let's go do that real quick. Boop. Interesting that it only holds 600k RF. It doesn't actually hold much of a charge, but that's okay. There we go. It's charging up pretty okay. Let's see. How much do we want to put into it for right now? Yeah, we'll put 50k in it for right now. Okay. That should be enough to play around with. Up we get. And up we get. Back to the Aurora mining dimension. We'll head over to where we were just kind of playing around a minute ago. Okay, so. Yep. That's just basic mining. 49. Wow, that actually uses quite a lot of power for just a single block. Jeez. 1 by 2. Oh, okay. So basically, it's just 2 blocks. Gotcha. Oh, nice. And you can even see the 3 by 3. That's helpful. Yeah, that actually uses, like, quite a lot of power. Yeah, we're already down to 28k. 3 by 3 by 3. That's really useful. That's very helpful. Let's go ahead and compress this. There we go, compressed dirt. And then last but not least, we have a 5 by 5. Nice. 17k. 12. Yeah, it uses about 5k power. Yeah, wow. Ah, excuse me. Yeah, use about 5k power to mine out a 5 by 5 area. So I'll probably just stick with the 3 by 3. Hello, giant tower. What is this? Okay, let's go and explore. What is this material? Is this oil? Huh. Yeah, this is oil. Oh, I know what it is. Okay. This is a giant. Oh. I made a mistake. I'm now stuck in the oil. No. Sticky dipping. I made an advancement. Discover the sticky nature of oil. Yeah. Oh, what did I do? Yeah, I can't jump. Let's go ahead, switch. Come on. Okay, so you actually can go up. It's very slowly ascending. Yeah, I've got to get to a spot where I can just walk out. There we go. Move. Can't jump. Can't move the body. Okay, there we go. Woo. Oh yes. So even in other mod packs that I've played, when there's like oil like this, yeah, you sink into it very slowly, and you have to essentially walk out of it. So yeah, it looks like what happened was when this area was generated, instead of generating with like water, it was all generated with oil. So I'm gonna have to, well, in good news, this is a very large amount of oil that I can grab for running machines on. So that's gonna be nice. Let's go ahead and it's a satchel. It lets you carry more things. Will not store some objects. Interesting. Let's bring up our flux bore here and bring our silky paxel out. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to come here to get a lot of this oil. What do we got in these wooden storage crates? Got some aluminum, some treated stuff. So basically some immersive engineering stuff. Hi, you are an electrician, basically immersive engineering villager. Nice. I'll have to go through and grab a ton of the different villagers that are around, take them back to my base, and then be able to trade with them. Giant sequoia. Oh, and there's some bee houses. Cool. So are you a beekeeper? Is that what you are? Looks like it. Let's... Your door is very unfortunate. There we go. Hi. Excuse me. I had to jump up here. You are an arborist. You trade emeralds for ivy wood planks. And a jungle sapling. The apiarist trades wheat for simmering combs. Okay, cool. Oh, nice. So here's a bunch of stuff that I'll be able to come and grab next time. Very cool. Okay. Definitely good to explore these funky villages. We have a fermenting barrel. Very nice, from Actually Additions. They even have a coffee maker. They've got a crusher here with a canola press. Very nice. So basically these are high. Oh, he's got an atomic reconstructor set up. That's a lot of wood casings, my dude. Hi, hello. Are you... There you are. You're a crystallizer. You turn emeralds into void crystals. Oh, good. Basically just a way to purchase some Actually Additions stuff. Well, I don't want to break your laser relay because I don't want it to go boom. I don't think it's going to go boom, but I don't want it to go boom. Okay. So we have a large amount of oil we can go get. Very nice. What else do we have? Just an area of dirt and such. I really do not, and I really do not want to mess with those chance cubes because I don't want them to explode or anything. Because chance cubes, as the name implies, are always a chance. You could get something good, you could get something not so good. Windy Garden. Oh, okay. This is a way to get... These Windy Gardens are ways to get Pam's Harvest Craft stuff. I wish you could plant these bushes. Alright, nice. So yeah, these Windy Gardens allow you to get Pam's Harvest Craft things. Very good to know. These are from Tiny Progressions. Is there a seed for these? Mycelium. Blackberry bush. No, it doesn't look like it. And you can't, unfortunately, you can't right-click it You can't right click it to like try and pick it up or anything, or just harvest from the bush, which kind of sucks because I would like to like have some of these bushes if possible, but it doesn't look like so. Okay, good to know. But yes, let me show off the atomic disassembler with the extended vein mine. So what's going to happen is, let's see, that's my fortune paxel. Let's grab my silky paxel. Boop, fast vein. So vein mine doesn't really do much. Like I break one block and it just breaks one block like that. If I do extended vein mine, which is this, and I break one block, so yeah, it broke all of this stuff. It broke all the way down to here, and some stuff that is off in this direction too. So it almost creates like a miniature, almost like a miniature chasm when trying to mine. And that's just, again, that's just breaking one block. So if you're looking for it to like mine in a specific direction, it's not going to mine in a specific, yeah, like this went all the way over here with this extended vein mine. So if I wasn't paying attention to like where it was trying to mine or how deep it was trying to go, I could potentially be losing, blocks that I'm, you know, honestly trying to get by it simply mining out of an area that I can't see. Yeah, so as much as it's would be nice for simply like just getting a bunch of material, I honestly would rather use my flux bore to just go, you know, 3x3, 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 3x3 of just the, you know, of the regular stone, because obviously you can't vein mine with the hotkey. I would honestly rather just vein mine, or not, excuse me, I would rather just mine a 3x3 or 5x5 area with the flux bore versus mining into a direction that I don't even know where it went. So that's why, at the very least, for when I come into an area like this and I just plan on just getting all of the material, I'm going to have the flux bore with me. All right. Yes, it looks like there's going to be quite a lot of stuff that we can get just, you know, grabbing stuff here in the Aurora mining dimension. There is lots of just, you know, nice basic materials, stone, cobblestone, dirt, etc. There's going to be some very interesting villagers to trade with. Ooh, excuse me. And as we saw, a nice amount of oil that we'll be able to get for running some machines on. Go ahead and compress all this for right now. There we go. Oh. Making sure there's no other little crumbs from using the atomic disassembler. I don't believe so. I think we are good. We were able to pick up everything that it broke with the couple of blocks that we tried to mine out. Yeah. Like I said, for someone who wants to get every block that they mine, it's very kind of, you know, roundabouty in terms of how it mines to not have it be satisfying or that useful. For some, you know, They may not care. It's like, okay, I'm just here for this material, so everything else can just get out of my way. I don't care. But for me, especially with a mod pack like this that uses pretty much every block, I'd want to make sure that I'm picking up every block that I can. Oh, there's a dark ore deposit here. What do we get for dark ore? Between level 6 and 66. Okay, we get dark gems from it. And potentially some crushed dark gem. Nice, all right. Got copper and tin. Okay. Let's go ahead and head back to the surface. And I think I will call it good from there. Oh, I'm stuck in a block. There we go. Put away all this stuff. All right. There we go. I think I'm going to call it good for here. Let's head back to the overworld. Boop. And we'll go ahead and break the portal frame just to make sure nothing weird can go through or I don't accidentally go through. All right. Put away the atomic disassembler and we'll empty out our packs and stuff later. Okay, but yeah, I think I'm going to call it good here. I'm going to work on making a bunch more materials off camera. So that way next time we can continue on with Reborn Storage. We'll also be making some more generators next time. I can also work off camera on making like the Enderium, the Resonant Ender, or the Enderium, the Signalium, the Lumium, Hardened Glass, and so on. So that way I can make all of the upgrade kits for all the thermal expansion stuff to make them run better, more efficiently, make more materials, and so on. And then see if I can get to the point where I'm okay to go ahead and start working more on Reborn Storage, because that's kind of the main project that I'm trying to focus on right now. I want to get Reborn Storage up and running to be able to better store all the stuff that I have here in my storage area. I want to get Reborn Storage up and running so I can better store all of the stuff from all of the chickens that I can create. Right now, I'm only putting up a couple chickens at a time because I don't have that much space to store all of the things they can drop. With the refined storage drive set up and ready to go, I can now have every chicken running. They collect every single drop that they have and then be able to put it all into one spot to then use what I need when I need it. Same thing with the Arboretum and all the trees. I'll be able to just have all the trees running all the time, get all of the wood, all of the fruits, fruit drops from them. They'll all be stored and ready to go for when I want to make a banana split, make some almond milk, make some stuff with cocoa or what have you. And same thing also with the all of the different crops. There's still a bunch of seeds that I don't have made yet or have planted simply because I don't have the space for all of the different drops that I can get from all of those seeds. But when I have Reborn Storage fully set up or have the ability to have that going, I'll be able to make all of the garden cloches that I can make for all the different seeds. Those garden cloches are simply producing all of the drops from all the different seeds. They're going into the refined storage system, and I just have what I want available for when I need it. So that's kind of why I'm focusing so much on Reborn Storage and only branching off when I need to make something that'll help me get closer to that goal faster. But yeah, it's simply going to be an off-camera grind for specific materials to better progress into reborn storage or refined storage to make that maximum size storage drive. But until next time, thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you have a good day and good game.